one of the parts of my story is um, I got a full ride scholarship to the local university here. And I was actually being paid by the state of Missouri to go to school because I had bright flight. I got a certain ACT score. And so I was being paid to go to school. And yet I was facing severe opposition for being a Christian in my classes. And this is in 95 and 96. So even back then it was hard, right? And it was because I was a believer. And so I wasn't happy, even though, I mean, I'm living at home and, I liked my coworkers that I worked with at my job, and lots of things were going right, but that was just bothering me. And then Christmas of 96, I guess, one of my friends that I had gone to church with, he came home, and we were not super close friends, just friendly. It was a small church, so everybody knew each other.
Sure.
And he was engaged, so I knew it wasn't that kind of relationship. But he said, I have not been able to get you off my mind lately, and I really think that you're supposed to go visit my school. And so I did in January, and I just knew that's where the Lord was taking me. And I was going to transfer and study English at this private Christian school called Covenant College. But it's got like Ivy League tuition prices. And I'd have to give up, they would give me some financial aid, but it was, I was going to go in debt for this. And I remember that my dad, and I see this very from a different angle now that I'm a parent of a high school senior this year who's going to go to college. It is interesting because I do feel like, the practical side of life is we have to focus on, right? Because we live in this world, we operate in this world, and we have to consider the practical. And so he said he had to catch a flight for work. So he made me drive him all the way up to St. Louis, 2 hours, 2.5 hours to get to the airport. And the entire time we're in my car, and he's trying to talk me out of this. Right. So that's such a bad place to have this kind of conversation because you can't escape, you know?
Right.
But I remember pulling up to Lambert, and he opened the door to get out. And I'm 19 years old and I'm telling my dad this. And I said, you know, if God tells me that I'm doing this, I'm doing it. I have to obey him first, even over you. I literally said that to my dad. That was hard.
Yes, I can imagine.
And so he got on a plane, and then I had this 2+ hour drive home to think about, okay, now it's official. Like I'm really going. And so I went there, and that is where my faith became bedrock solid.